Hello everyone, my name is Sharon Sabarish, and today we are in another video of the Physics and Cricket series, where today we'll be talking about spin bowling and friction. Last time we talked about one specific type of friction, which was air resistance, which is basically just the friction of air enacting on the ball in cricket. So the rough side will be held back by the air pushing against it, but on the smoother and shinier side, you'll have the air just glancing right off. But today, we're talking about the friction of the pitch and the ball once the ball actually bounces. So first, we're going to look at the equation for friction. So the friction force is equal to the coefficient of friction times the normal force. Well, friction force is obviously just the force of friction enacting onto a particular object, but the normal force, if you're not familiar, is basically the opposite of gravity in most situations. So if people standing on top of the earth will have a gravitational force pulling them down, but what's keeping you up is the normal force of the ground pushing you up. And the same thing applies for if you're standing on a floor, and that normal force is what keeping you up and not falling through your floor of your house or not falling to the center of the earth in terms of the normal force. Now, on the other thing that you may not be familiar with in this equation is the coefficient of friction. The coefficient of friction changes for whatever object you are, whatever floor in a way your object is looking at. So if you're to take my hand and spin a cricket ball, it doesn't spin for too long. But if you're to spin it on a cell phone screen, which you shouldn't really be doing, but it spins for a lot longer, right? So that really will play into the friction force in this case. Now, one of the best bowlers for spin bowling was Shane Bourne from Australia. Now, his control of the ball was incredible because no matter where he placed the ball, he was able to completely outthink, in a lot of cases, the batsman and just completely confuse them and get them out very easily. At least it seemed that way. But he was actually just using the pitch and the ball to his advantage and just to make balls move in incredible ways. So here's a clip from ICC, or the International Cricket Council, of Shane Warne's bowling. So here we are. As you can see in slow motion, the ball pitches way over there and is able to turn incredibly and hit the batsman's off stump, even though it pitches way beyond his leg. Now, what is actually happening here is Shane Warne was able to use the foothole in the pitch. Now, what is a foothole? A foothole is nothing but these dark patches you see on a cricket pitch. Now, a cricket pitch, maybe when it starts, will be a clean beige sheet, and that is pretty rare. However, once the game continues on, you'll start seeing cracks and holes from when the batsmen are running between the wickets to get runs because their shoes are basically spikes that are that end up ruining in a way the pitch by adding holes into it. Now, bowlers like Shane Warne are able to and were able to generate incredible amounts of turn from using these footholds. Now, this takes a lot of skill to learn and use these footholds properly, but being able to use them skillfully and effectively to get batsmen out and to completely outthink them is insane. Some of the best bowlers today, such as Ravichandran Ashwin, use these footholds incredibly just to completely outthink and outplay batsmen and basically, quite literally, spinning a web around them to get them out. And I think if you were to play cricket on a very smooth surface, almost like glass or something, while it may not be safe playing on glass, it would be a very different experience as you wouldn't get any turn really because the coefficient of friction for glass is very, very low, so you wouldn't get much force out of it, right? You wouldn't get much turn or resistance for the ball to turn off of. So the ball would pretty much just go straight. But that's all I have for today. So I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.